Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Marvel Legends Molten Man Build-A-Figure Wave Spider-Woman figure review. Let's do it.
This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini matey I'm fucking with them. Hype beast we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about it.
7 figures in the wave. You need 6 figures to complete the Molten Man Build-A-Figure. Alright, here we go. Julia Carpenter, aka Spider-Woman. We are long overdue for this figure. We had a Spider-Woman with this classic costume back in the Toy Biz days, and we haven't had one since. We were looking to get Julia Carpenter in her more modern outfit as Arcane for some time, being that we saw the new improved Alpha Flight, Omega Flight emerge some years back, but that never happened. So now that Hasbro has dropped this figure, I'm thinking at some point maybe we'll get a Walgreens exclusive or something like that of her and her Arcane outfit, and maybe we'll start rounding out Omega Flight at some point. But I'm thinking about her in this costume because I want to complete an old school West Coast Avengers. Spider-Woman is packed in with the full torso to complete the Molten Man Build-A-Figure. Her bio on the back of the package reads, Julia Carpenter becomes an ally of Spider-Man and the Avengers after she is given spider-powered abilities by secret government experiment. So I'm actually really pleased with the look of this figure. She even feels really solid. I mean, there's nothing like a Marvel Legends. I always say this. You guys see me dabble into other lines and, you know, review Mezco stuff and import stuff, but there is nothing like being able to twist and bend and mess around with the Marvel Legend and kit bash it and do all of that for around 20 bucks. So it is a solid offering here, and no question she is totally shitting on the old Toy Biz version, which I'll break out momentarily. But, you know, my issue with this figure and with someone who is supposed to be agile, spider-like, thwipping and jumping and running and flipping is the lack of articulation. Now, it is on one of the female bucks that is better in terms of articulation, but it's still not enough. And I just really want them to go the distance and finally give us some new female bucks. But again, classic costume here. I do see a few little paint imperfections throughout the costume, but nothing really major. And I do really like the head sculpt and the hair. You know, it's a very good looking figure. I do like her. She is packed in with just one accessory, which is pretty cool, and it looks like this is something new. I don't think this is something that Hasbro has given us before, so it's this sort of hand with some thwipping action, and you can see the web, which looks sort of grayish and translucent. There is some hints of like purple or, I don't know, lavender or something in there. It isn't just clear. There is some other paint in there, which looks pretty good. I guess under the right light this will look nice. It doesn't hinge though, unfortunately, this hand. You can only rotate it. So let's actually get into her full articulation. Come on, Hasbro. You give us one interchangeable hand with a spider character. You know you got to give us 4 hands minimum. So the hands do pop out here, but it would have been nice to get some other hands, fisted hands, or anything. Just more hands for more expressions. Even an additional head would have been cool. But anyway, articulation, the head does look down really far. Obviously the hair is going to be sticking out to the back when you do that, and obviously because of the hair, it's going to hinder her looking up. She's not going to look up too far, and this is why an additional head would have been cool. But shoulders are going to come up just about that far. You can do a full 360. There is no cut at the bicep. Single jointed elbow that swivels, a swivel and a hinge on the wrist. Upper torso articulation can go back pretty far. Forward, it's not going to go forward too far. T-joint at the pelvis. The legs can come up far. She does get an alright split. Again, that could be better. Upper thigh swivel, double jointed knee, a hinge, and a pivot on the foot. So again, spider character with limited articulation. That is unacceptable. Alright, a few quick size comparisons. On the left is the classic costume Jessica Drew Spider-Woman, and you can see how she differs from Julia Carpenter. I think that's about right. I think the Jessica Drew Spider-Woman is a little more stacked than Julia Carpenter. And on the right, you can see the old Toy Biz Spider-Woman. That is the Jessica Drew version as well. And you can see how horrendous that looks. I could not find the variant, which was the Julia Carpenter version, but it's the same exact buck, just in the classic black and white costume. So you can picture that, or a picture will be popping up. But man, you young bucks are in the golden age of Marvel Legends right now. This is what we had in my day. There she is next to the armored Thanos Build-A-Figure Wave Hercules on the left, and the Caliban Build-A-Figure on the right, who is crouching and not standing totally upright. And there's the Spider Ladies with Pizza Parker. And there she is next to the Walmart exclusive Power and Glory Captain America on the left, and the pantsless Sauron Build-A-Figure Wave Deadpool on the right. Solid offering here from Hasbro. Despite some of her shortcomings as it relates to articulation and lack of accessories, she's still essential to your collection. She has a pretty rich history. Forgot to mention that aside from her membership with the West Coast Avengers, she was also a member of ForceWorks. So I don't think this is one you should pass up on. If you're like me and you collect mostly the comic-based figures from Marvel Legends, then you must get this one. So thanks for hanging out. As always, rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.
That's crispy.